3 winters, 3 summers, 3 times the big light comes and goes, and we have nothing, nothing in the belly, nothing in the bowl, nothing but the sound of children crying until they stop crying, because crying takes too much strength. I count the days by scratching marks on the cave wall. Each scratch is one sun that rises and sets with empty hands. The marks cover the wall now. So many marks, I cannot count them all. More than my fingers, more than my toes, more than all the fingers of my dead children. I am the old mother, the one who knows which roots do not kill you, which bark makes the belly quiet when it screams, which bugs have meat inside their hard shells. Before the hungry time, they bring me the sick ones, the ones with fever, the ones with the white spots. I know the healing leaves. I know which stones make the pain go away when you chew them. But knowing about healing means nothing when there is nothing to heal with, when the earth itself is sick. It starts the winter when the big light stays away too long. The cold comes early, stays late. The snow falls and never stops falling. We wait for spring, but spring does not come. The streams freeze solid. The animals that do not freeze go away to places we cannot follow. The first winter we eat the stored meat, the dried fruits, the nuts we buried in the ground before cold time. My man and the other hunters go out every day, come back with nothing. Their hands shake from cold. Their eyes look through you like you are not there. By the end of first winter, we are eating the leather, the straps from our tools, the coverings from our feet. We boil them in water until they get soft. They taste like nothing, but nothing is better than empty belly. Second winter comes too fast. We have eaten everything that can be eaten, or so we think. But I am the old mother. I know things the others do not know. I know the white bark from the tall trees can be ground into meal. It tastes like dirt, but it makes the hunger quiet for a while. I show them how to dig deep under the snow, where to find the roots that still have life in them, the small ones with the bitter taste that makes your mouth water and your stomach twist. But twisted stomach with food is better than empty stomach. We eat the tree bark. We eat the bitter roots. We eat the insects we find sleeping under rocks. The big black ones with too many legs that crunch between your teeth. The small red ones that taste like blood but fill the hole in your belly. The hunters try to catch the white rabbits that run in the snow, but their hands shake too much. Their eyes cannot see far anymore. Hunger makes you weak. Weak makes you dead. My youngest daughter, the one with hair like fire, stops talking in the second winter. She sits by the tiny fire and stares at nothing. Her bones show through her skin. Her eyes sink deep in her head like cave holes. I give her my share of the bark meal. She eats it, but does not look at me, does not say the thank words. By the end of second winter, we are eating things that should not be eaten. The bones from animals that died before the hungry time. We crush them with rocks, boil them until they are soft enough to swallow. The taste makes you sick, but you eat anyway, because eating something is better than eating nothing. I find the place where the bears sleep, the cave where they go to wait for spring. But the bears are sleeping too deep. They will not wake even when we make loud sounds. I know if we eat the sleeping bears, we will have meat for many days. But the bears are too big, too strong. Even sleeping, they can kill us if they wake. So I take only what they will not miss, the fat they store under their fur. I cut small pieces when they breathe deep, move slow like the wind moves, take just enough to keep my people alive one more day. The fat from the sleeping bears tastes like the earth, like old leaves and mud, but it burns in your belly like tiny fires, gives you strength to walk, to dig, to keep breathing when breathing hurts. Third winter, this is when we learn what we are made of. By now, half my people are doing the long sleep. My man sleeps beside the cold fire. His face is peaceful like the first time I see him by the river. My fire-hair daughter sleeps next to him, her hand still reaching for food that is not there. Those who still breathe are not the same people anymore. We look at each other with different eyes, the eyes of animals that eat anything to live. We do not talk much. Talking wastes strength. Every breath must be for staying alive. I eat things I will not name, things that make my stomach fight against me, things that make the bad water come from both ends of my body. But I eat them because dying slow from poison is better than dying fast from empty belly. The children who still breathe learn to catch the small things that move in the dark, the spiders with the red backs, the worms that live under the wet rocks. They do not ask what they are eating. They know now that questions are for when your belly is full. I teach them to make soup from bones that have been boiled so many times there is nothing left but white powder. How to eat the green scum that grows on the cave walls. How to swallow the tree sap even when it makes your throat burn. We eat the mice that freeze in the snow, raw, because we have no firewood left, and fire takes too much energy to make. We eat their bones too, crunch them between our teeth like nuts. The sound echoes in the cave like tiny thunder. I find the place where the big birds roost, high in the dead trees. I cannot climb anymore. My bones are too weak. But I wait. I wait for the birds to drop things, feathers, bits of food from their beaks, small bones they spit out. I gather everything, cook it in the little bit of water I can find. The water itself becomes food. I learn to eat snow in tiny bites. Let it melt slow in my mouth. It tricks the belly into thinking it is getting something. Not food, but something. And something is always better than nothing. Spring comes finally, but it is not the spring we remember. The plants grow different, smaller. The animals that come back are thin like us, scared like us. They look at us with eyes that know hunger. But we are still here, still breathing. The ones who learned to eat the uneatable things, who learned that being alive is more important than being human sometimes. I look at the young ones who lived through the 3 hungry years. They are different now. Their eyes hold knowledge that children should not have. They know the taste of tree bark, the feel of bones that crunch, the sound the belly makes when it gives up asking for food. They will survive anything now because they know the secret that keeps you breathing when breathing seems impossible. The secret is this: there is always something to eat if you are brave enough to eat it. The earth does not want us to die. Even when it seems like the earth has forgotten us, it leaves little gifts, hidden gifts, gifts that taste terrible and make you sick, but keep the heart beating one more day. I am old now. My teeth are loose. My hands shake like leaves. But I remember everything I ate in those 3 years. Every root, every bug, every piece of sleeping bear fat. I remember because forgetting would mean their sacrifice was for nothing. The ones who did the long sleep, they gave us their last breaths so we could keep breathing. Their last heartbeats so our hearts could keep beating. We ate for them too. People ask me now what we ate when there was no food left. I tell them the truth. We ate hope. Hope tastes bitter and makes your stomach twist. But hope is what keeps you digging when your hands bleed. Hope is what makes you put the terrible things in your mouth and swallow. Hope tastes like tree bark ground into meal, like bug shells between your teeth, like the green scum from cave walls, like the fat from sleeping bears. Hope tastes like staying alive when everything in you wants to sleep. The hungry years taught me that human is not what you eat. Human is that you eat, that you keep eating, that you find ways to fill the empty spaces, even when there seems to be nothing left in the world to fill them with. I look at my empty bowl now. It has been empty before. It will be empty again. But empty does not scare me anymore. Empty just means it is time to look for the hidden gifts, time to remember what can be eaten that looks like it cannot be eaten. The earth provides, not always what we want, not always what we expect, but always what we need to see one more sunrise. Always enough to make one more scratch on the cave wall. I count my breaths now instead of counting the missing food. Each breath is a gift I unwrapped from the terrible taste of tree bark and bug shells and sleeping bear fat. Each breath reminds me that I am still here, still counting, still eating hope when hope is all there is to eat. My hands remember the feel of things that should not be food, but became food because food is whatever keeps you breathing. Food is whatever lets you make one more mark on the wall, one more scratch to show the world that you refuse to stop. 3 years of eating the uneatable. 3 years of learning that the belly can be filled with more than meat and fruits and good clean water. The belly can be filled with the will to see tomorrow. And the will to see tomorrow tastes like everything and nothing, like hope and despair mixed together into something that burns going down, but warms you from the inside. I survived because I learned to eat survival itself, to chew it, to swallow it, to let it become part of me. And now survival lives in my bones, like the memory of all those terrible tasting meals that saved my life. The empty bowl in my lap does not worry me. Empty bowls are just bowls waiting to be filled with whatever the earth decides to offer. And the earth always offers something. You just have to be hungry enough to see it.